Today's topic is about basic Cisco router configuration. Now, while configuring the router, you should be in the global mode, that is configuration mode, and that is the mode where we can configure all the configuration of our router. The commands that are run in the configuration mode are used to change or assign the settings of the router. If you want to check the configurations or any information of the configuration, you should execute the commands in privilege mode. So for checking the configuration, we do it in privilege mode, and to do the configuration, we do it in global configuration mode. So in privilege mode commands, if you press the question mark at the prompt, you will get the list of all the commands available. As we have seen this, that when we put a question mark, so it gives us the help and it allows me to see all the available commands, all the possible commands we have. Now to access the router, so yesterday also, the last lecture, we saw that how we can access the router. So I'll do it again. So this is our software packet tracer where we can do this all. So you can use router first to connect it. So let's say you can connect any of these router. So I will select one of this router. Now after selecting the router, what we did the last time, we go for the PCs and we put one PC there, and in that PC what we did, we used to connect the console port from the router to the PC, and for that we go to the connections, we choose the cable, that is console cable, then we click on the router and we select console port, and then from there we click on the machine PC and select the serial port. And to access the router, we go in the machine and then on the desktop we click on terminal, use the default setting, and here we get the terminal of our router. Now it is again saying to use the setup mode. Now here I will directly say no. So it will get out from the setup mode and it will ask me that press return to get started. That means when I press enter, I will get started and I will logged into my router. And this is the user mode. If I want to go to the privilege mode, I will give enable command, press tab, it will complete, or I can use only EN also because it's a unique, and I can enter. And in the privilege mode you can do some configurations like some of all the showing commands, like if you want to see any configuration you will do it here. If you want to see any configuration you can see in this privilege mode, and even you can start the setup mode also. If you want to start the setup mode, you can just give command setup and it will start the setup mode again, but I don't want to configure it like this. So here if you put any question mark, you will see all the available and possible commands. It is not enough, we have more commands, so we can press enter and space bar to see all the commands. Still it is not showing all the commands. In a real router, if you run this, you will see lots more commands. You can see the lot more commands because in real router you can do everything, like you can do till the all levels, like you can do the levels like CCNA, CCNP, CCI also. But here in this packet tracer you can do run only the commands which can be available for CCNA level. Now in this we will not able to configure anything. For configuring anything we have to go to the configuration mode. Now for the next page you can press spacebar, or if you want to move one line at a time you can press enter. So when you press this question mark, you will see lots of commands. It is not that much in this, because it is a Cisco packet tracer, but in a real router you will see lots of command. So you can turn the page of the commands, or you can just press enter to see line by line. And for exit you can press Q or any other key which will return the promote. Like if you're seeing the commands, and if you're seeing more, now you don't want to see more, then you can press Q or you can press any other key. So it will stop showing you the commands and it will go to your command prompt. Now you can also use question mark to find the next command in a string as shown below. The type the command followed by the question mark. So if you want to type this, then you can just type the command and then you can press question mark to see what next command you can type. In anywhere in the command, you can just press the question mark to see what is the next command we can type, just like this. So as we can see that clock command, clock question mark command provides the next command in a string until you get this. Now when you get this, that is the carriage return. This CR means carriage return. And to verify the date and time, you can time of the clock, you can use the below command like show clock. Suppose you want to see what is the time, what is the time of the clock, then you can use show clock. So this is to see the timing of your router. Now it is showing what time. It is showing the time of 1993 actually, because it is the time when this iOS was first introduced here. So it is showing that time here. Now it is not right, so we can make it right also. We can set the clock, and this configuration we can do it here in the privilege mode. And for that we use command set clock. Clock set actually. Nice. Clock set. So we can use this clock set command. Now after giving the clock set command, if I want to see what I can do next, so I can press question mark. And now I can see what I can give next. Now what it is saying here, it is saying set the current time. Current time in hours, minutes and seconds. So it is asking me to set the current time in hours, minutes and seconds. Now if you see here, it is not showing that CR. Now CR means what? Carriage return, and it is not showing the CR. And when you don't see the CR, that means the command is not completed. Remember, if you don't see the CR, that means the command is not completed, and you have to provide the option to complete the command. That means in this case it is asking me to add the date at the time, like hours, minutes and seconds. So if I don't add it, it will not take it and it will not accept the command. So I have to give the time. So time is what? Suppose in here in my place it is 17:12 minutes 00 seconds. Now I want to see what next I can give. Suppose I don't know what next I can give. I directly press enter. Now you will see the error. Now when you see the error, you can also say like what error means. Now suppose I say directly enter. Now what it is saying here, it is saying command incomplete. Now whenever you see this error, that means the command is not completed here. That means there is some more options and some more options commands here which we have to give with, and without it it will not complete. So this is the command. Actually what is the command? Command is this clock set, and these are the options of the commands, the values of the commands, and we have to pass those values, otherwise it will not complete. So it is saying incomplete. So whenever you see incomplete command, that means the command is not completed. And why it is saying that? Because you see there is no CR here. When I give the question mark, there is no CR. It says that you have to provide the date, you have to provide the time. But after providing the time, again when I press enter, there is, it is saying incomplete command. Now whenever you see incomplete command, so what you have to do, remember, you have to give a space and then question mark. If you give without space question mark, then you will see what, okay, you will see the next, but sometime it will not show that. So give a space and then give a question mark, then it is showing that what option or what command you have to give after this line. And here it is showing what you have to provide: the day of the month, that is date, and month of the year. So you have to provide the month, date and month. And again, if you see there is no CR, that means this is must. I have to provide these options. Otherwise it will say incomplete command. So I will provide like the month, like first the date. So today is 22 space. If I give question mark again, it says you have to provide the month, and again you can see it is not giving me CR, and that means if I press enter, it will say your command is not completed, you have to provide the month of the year. So the month is December. Now when I press enter, now again it is saying incomplete, that means there are some more options are there. So when I press question mark, it says year, you have to give year, and you can see there is no CR. That means there is no carriage return, and that means you don't have, you cannot press enter, you cannot give this command. It is incomplete. So you have to provide the year. So this is the year. Now when I give question mark, now it is saying that CR. Now CR means what? That is the final option we have. Now no more option is remaining and we can press enter now. So I will press enter. Now sometime you will see this CR with options. That means it will show you some options, and also it will show you this CR. That means you can give those options. Those options are optional. Those are not compulsory. So either you give those options or you can directly press enter. So if I press enter, now it takes my command and the date is changed. And now when I see show clocks, it shows that there is a clock, and now we have configured the clock. And suppose you give another error, like suppose I know it is December, but if I make a wrong spelling, December. Now when I press enter, remember the command is not completed, but still I don't know the command is completed or not. I'm just making a wrong spelling here or wrong command. What it is saying here? It is saying this error. This error says invalid input detected. And where it is detected? It is detected here with this marker. So in the command, you will check the marker. So that marker indicates that where you have made the mistake in the command. Now it is just here, you can see here it is the mistake. So it is not getting this option, and it is indicating by this marker here. Or it is just like it is just here, but it could be anywhere in the command. Let's say this, I will do this, it is December, right? But for set I will make wrong. Now you will see where is the marker. Now you can see the marker is what? Here. Because here is the problem. Like clock is right and still as it is also right, but here, from here we have a problem. So we have to see like what is wrong here. So it is indicating by this marker that it is invalid input detected at this marker. And where is the marker? You can see the marker is here because the spelling of this is wrong. So whenever you see this invalid input detected, so you can check the marker in your command that where is the marker indicating that wrong input. And also if I don't know that whether I put it the wrong command or not, I push the question mark here. It will directly tell me that unrecognized command because the command is wrong here. So it is not able to understand what option or what command can we give here after this. So if it is because this is the wrong option here, so it is not able to detect what option I can give here or what command after this I can give. So these are the error. Whenever you see incomplete command, that means the command is not completed, and command will only complete when you see this CR. And whenever you put the question mark, it will show you options which you can give after this command, or command after what command you can give. And then when you see the CR, then you can press enter. And if you put the wrong enter, if you put the wrong command, this marker will indicate you that you are doing where you have done the wrong and where you have entered the invalid input. Sometimes we do that, we know we do mistakes on spelling, but remember we have what? We have the tab help of tab, that we can press tab to auto complete the commands. And if you don't use it, you just try to type it by yourself, so sometimes you do make a mistake on a spelling. And if you do that, this marker will indicate that where you have done the mistake. It is saying invalid input detected. Now this command is to set your clock. As we see, this command is to set your clock, and to check the clock you give command show clock. So it shows the clock. Then there are some other configurations also. To verify the router configurations. Now for verifying the router configuration, we can give this command. To verify the configuration of the router, you can use show running configuration command and show startup configuration command. Show running configuration command will show you the running configuration. This will display this command will display the information that is in the RAM, and that will be the current state. That means whatever running configuration you do, remember when you start the router, your iOS, your configurations, everything will go into RAM and it is running. And while the router is running, and whatever you configure in the router, it will remain in RAM. It is not saved. If your router is shut down, then what? All the information, all the configurations you have done, it will be deleted, it will be removed. So only the configuration will be saved, only the configuration will be saved which is available, which is stored in the NVRAM. And next time when you start the router, it will take the configuration from the NVRAM. And if you want to see the NVRAM configuration, then you will run the command show startup configuration. This command will display the information that is in the NVRAM, and that is either copied from the RAM and will be used the next time the router is reloaded. Now where this NVRAM configuration in NVRAM comes, when we saved it. That means when we save the running configuration, it will go to NVRAM. So it is saved from the RAM, but RAM configurations which is running will not be available when you reboot the router, but NVRAM configuration will always be available. When you reload the router, it will load the NVRAM configuration into RAM. So basically whatever you are seeing in the RAM, it is loaded from the NVRAM. and on that loaded configuration you are doing some changes, and those changes remains in RAM until you save it. Then let's see that. So this show command is basically to see all the configuration and information if you're on your router. If you put the question mark here, so you have lots of option to see. So you have lots of option to see, like we have seen this clock, this display the system clock. Then you have lots of different options to check, and in that we have option to check the running configuration, and also we have option to check startup configuration. Now in this router we don't have any running configuration, we don't have any save configuration, because I started the router and this is the first time it is started. It is a fresh router, does not contain any configurations, so it will not show any configuration here, not even a RAM and not even a NVRAM. So it will show the default configuration of running, that is RAM. So now you will see that it is saying building configuration, and what it is saying, current configuration is this 486 byte. This is the version of iOS, no services, no password, nothing. Router host name is default, which is router. Then there are some configuration with IPsec, IP6 no, IPv4 is there. These are the interfaces we have in the router. We have an interface fast Ethernet 0/0, and also we have interface one more for fast Ethernet. This router is having two interfaces of fast Ethernet. It is not having Ethernet interface. Ethernet interfaces are slow. It is 10 Mbps. Fast Ethernet is 100 Mbps. And this interface, we have these two interfaces. Now there is no configuration are on these interface. There is no IP addresses configured. There is no set duplex, there is no set speed, and it is also shut down. Shut down means these interfaces are not running, and by default all the interfaces of routers are shut down. Remember this, by default all the interfaces are shut down, that means they are not running. Now we have another interface of fast Ethernet with no configuration, and we don't have any other interface in our router. For network we have only these two interfaces. We don't have any WAN interface, that is serial port. IP classless is set, IP flow export version 2. These are the line console in configurations, and they are also not configured. Line configurations are not configured here again, and it is saying end here. So this is what a running configuration. But when I check the startup configuration, it is also same, because this running came from the startup and we have not made any changes. So when I say show startup, so it is still saying what? The startup configuration is not present, because we have not done anything, we have not saved anything. Now you can check the connectivity by using the ping command at either the router user mode or privilege mode prompt. Now you remember we use ping command to check the connectivity. So when our router is in a network and when it is connected to other devices, then we can check the connectivity. Now right now we have a router, but it is not connected to any other device. It is only connected through the console cable with the machine to configure it, and it is only for configuration, it is not for anything else. So we can use ping also in our router to check the connectivity, just like we use it in the Windows machine or Linux machines command prompt. We do use ping command, and then we use the IP address of the other machine. So here also we can use ping command, and we can use it in the user mode also, and also we can use it in privilege mode. And the command is what? Ping, and after that you can give the name of the machine directly, or we can give IP address of the machine. So both will work. Like we can give directly the name of the machine, the command is ping, and we can give IP address or name of the machine, both will work. For example, I will give one IP 127.0.0.1. Now remember, we have not configured any IP address on the router. This router is not connected to any machine. As you can see in the packet tracer design, this is a single router we have, and it is only connected this machine with the console cable. Now console cable is not for the network data communication, it is only for configuration. It is not having any IP addresses and all that. So still I can get the reply of ping. Why? Because this 127 is what? Loopback interface. So it is still pinging with this 127 interface. And still I can get the reply. But the problem is our no interface of the router is up. To run this command, to get the reply from 127, you need at least one interface connected. Whether it is having an IP address or not, it must be connected only. So if it is connected, then it can get the reply from 127. Now right now we are not getting a reply. So what we are getting here is what? We are sending the 5 echo packets. In normal Windows machine, it sends only 4 echo packets. Here it sends 5 echo packets of 100 bytes ICMP echo to this IP, and timeout is on 2 seconds. Now what happened here? We got this dot. Now the dot means no reply. In a router, when you ping any machine and you get the dot, that dot means no reply. And when you get the reply, you will see the exclamatory sign. You will see like this. So when you get the reply, you will get it like this. You will get it like the exclamatory sign. So if you get the exclamatory sign here, that means you are getting the reply, and if you are getting the dot, that means you are not getting the reply. And that is why we are getting the dot here, and that is why what is saying success rate is 0%. We sent 5 and received 0. That means no reply. Now we will get it when we do the IP addresses and when we connect our router to multiple network. Now the next thing is what? We can use trace route command to track the path of the packet that takes through an internetwork. Now trace route command, this trace route command we use to trace the path. Trace the path for our network. This command we also use it on Windows. So the same command we can use it in our router also. So we use trace route, and then we can give the name of the machine, or we can give the IP address of the machine. Now our router is not configured with any network, so when I use this trace route, I don't have any IP address to do this. But I will show you this in our Windows machine. So it do the same thing here. It do what? It traces the route. Actually it traces the routers in between source and destination. It checks that how many routers are coming from the source who's doing the trace route, and from the destination the IP which we give. So we are the destination, we are the source, and the destination IP we mention, or we mention the name of the destination machine. So trace route do what? It traces how many routers comes in between the source, like from where we are doing the trace route, and the destination, that name or IP we are giving. our router by default router right now it is not configured with any network, but when it will be configured, then I will show you how this trace route will work. But we can see it in our normal Windows machine. So we can see it here in our normal Windows command prompt, but only the difference is that in Windows machine this trace route command is called traceset. And then you can mention the name or IP of the other machine. Let's say I'm saying I'm trying to track the Facebook server. So it will show me. Now this is the IP of that machine. And now what this trace route is trying to search the destination, and it is searching how many routers are coming in between my machine and this Facebook server. Now by default it will go for 30 hops. That means it will check for the 30 routers. It will jump to the 30 routers, and if the destination is more than 30 routers away, 30 hops away, then it will say unreachable. Otherwise we can increase the hops, we can increase it from 30 to more, but by default it goes only for 30. And it is doing what? It is sending first one, and it is not only send first only one request, it actually sends 3 requests for same source. Now first it gets this one, now it is trying for the second one. Now sometime you will get not reply because of what? Because of sometime you are not getting the reply because of firewall, or somebody is blocking your ping request. So when you don't get the reply, you will see this star, and that means it is not getting the reply. So I cancel this one. It will take some time. We will do it in our router when we configure the router. Now verifying with the show interface command. Now when we configure the interfaces of our router, then we can verify the interfaces by this show interface command. This show interface command used to show the hardware address, logical address, encapsulation method, and statistic of on collisions and all that. Now interface command, show interface command, you can see any of those interface whatever we have in our router. We can have multiple interfaces in our router. So we can have fast Ethernet, we can have serial, and we can have many other interfaces. For example, if you want to see what interfaces we can have in our router, we can give a question mark. Like I will give show interface command. This command is to check the information about your interfaces. Now if I put the question mark here, you can see what interfaces you have. So you can have Ethernet interface which is 10 Mbps. You can have fast Ethernet interface which is 100 Mbps. You can have gigabit Ethernet, that is 1000 Mbps, like 1 Gbps. Then you can have loopback interface, that is virtual interface. Then you have port channels, and this is called ether channel. Then you have serial interfaces which is WAN interface. You may have tunnel interface, you have virtual interfaces also. So you may have these all interfaces, and you can see here carriage return. Now that means what? I can give these name of the interfaces, or I can give directly press enter here. That means these are optional. So if I want, then I can check a particular interface with the name, or I can just press directly enter. Now what if I press directly enter? It will show me by default all the interfaces available, and you can see it is start showing me all the interfaces because I have not mentioned any name of the interface. So it shows me all the interfaces. Right now in this router I have only two interfaces. Two interfaces for the network, that is what? Fast Ethernet 0/0 and Fast Ethernet 0/1. Now I could have multiple interfaces if I connect it, because this router is what, modular router. If you check this router, if you check the physical view, you can see it is a modular router, and I can connect multiple serial interfaces, multiple Ethernet interfaces, and other interfaces, gigabit, fast Ethernet, whatever. I can connect in these slots. Right now I have only these two interfaces, that is fast Ethernet 0 and fast Ethernet 1. So if I want to check the interface information, then I will mention the command is what, show interface. And after the show interface command, I have to mention the name of the interface. Whether I want to check the Ethernet interface, whether I want to check the fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet, whatever. And then I have to mention the name of the interface. Now this is interesting, the number of the interface. This is interesting. You may see these numbers differently. Now if you check the physical view of the router, if you check the physical view of our router, and that is, where is it, it is here. If you check the physical view, we have two inbuilt interfaces of fast Ethernet, and that is what, this Ethernet 0 and Ethernet 1. But it is not a simple name, it is not a simple number, it is not like saying 0 or 1. It is saying what, 0/0 and 0/1. Now because of this modular router, remember, if you are having a fixed port router, that is 2500 series. So if it is a 2500 series, then you will see like port 0 and port 1 directly fix, port 0 or port 1 fix. You will not see like 0/0 or 0/1. Now why? Because this is the modular router, you are seeing the interface number like 0/0 or 0/1. Now why it is doing like this? Because in case if you add more interfaces in these empty slots, then to differentiate between these and these ports, it will get these numbers. Now for example, this is the inbuilt ports, so it is getting the number like 0/0 and 0/1. Now 0/0 means what? It is getting the 0. First 0 is for the router. It is for the router, and then the port 0, and the second 0 is for the port number, port 0. Then the next port of this Ethernet is what? 0/1. So first 0 is for the router, and then second 0 is for the 1 is the port number. Now I will show you, I will add more port here. I will add serial ports. We don't have serial port, so I will add serial port here. Serial port for this VIC2T. Okay, I will add these serial ports here. One more here. Now I added 4 serial ports, and let me add the Ethernet port also. Uh, so I added 2 Ethernet ports also here. Now I will start the router. Now what is the address? What will be the address for these interfaces? So if I want to check, I will hover my mouse there. Now you will see the interface name and addresses. Now what it is saying here, these interfaces is what, the inbuilt interfaces of fast Ethernet is using 0/0/, but the interface which I added into that slot, the big slot, it is using 1/ and 1/. So we can differentiate between those interfaces. I will show you that in command prompt. So I will show you in the command prompt so you can understand. So here you will mention the command is what? The show interface, and then you will mention any interface which you have in your router. So name of the interface and then the number of the interface. If you give a name which is not available in the router, you will get error. So you must have a interface in the router. For example, in our router we don't have Ethernet port. Now if I say show interface, you will see all the names. You will see the name Ethernet, you will see fast Ethernet, you will see gigabit, but it is not necessary that you have all the ports, all the interfaces. Let's say I want to see Ethernet 0. It says no, there is no interface, invalid input. Where? Here, because no interface is there. But we do have fast Ethernet. So if you want to check the interface information, then you will give the name of the interface, that is fast Ethernet which we have, and the number of the interface is 0/0, for example. This is the first interface and first inbuilt interface. Now this 0 is for the router and this 0 is for the port. If I click enter, I can see the detailed information about that interface. And what I'm seeing here is that fast Ethernet 0/0 is administratively down, and the line protocol is also down and disabled. And I'm seeing all the other informations here. Now what those other informations are? So the fast Ethernet output shown, that is up as referred to the physical layer as it is receiving the carrier detect. So physical layer and carrier detect, like how it is getting the data and how it is getting, like the protocol is also up and running, which is related to the data link layer. So you see the two options there which says up and up. Like first it is saying fast Ethernet is administratively down. Now down means it is disabled by administrator. By default all the ports of the router will be disabled. Now again it is saying line protocol is disabled and down and disable. Now why it is saying two times? So first time it is saying, it is talking about the physical layer, that physically it is down, and the second time it is saying about the protocol, and that is why it is saying data link layer. So physically it is down and protocol level it is also down, like data link layer it is also down. So this is, we can consider the physical layer, and this down we can consider as a physical data link layer. They are both down because we have not enabled it and it is not connected. Then we see the other information, that is it is showing about the show the interface command output will have error messages if it receives error on the interface. So if it is having any error, it shows the error. Then it shows the maximum transmission unit MTU, that is basically 1500 byte. Then it shows you the bandwidth of the interface, and because it is fast Ethernet, it is what, this one uh, 10,000 k bit, actually it is 100 Mbps, which is this bit, and that means 100 Mbps, megabit per second. Then it shows the delay, that is DLY, which is 100 second. Then reliability, that is 55 which means perfect. So 55 means perfect, it is reliable. And load, which is 1/255, means no load. That means there is no load on the interface because it is not being used, and that is shown in the TX load and RX load. So if you see the information here, so these are the information which is saying hardware ins address. This is the hardware address, this is actually the MAC address. This is the MAC address of the interface. Then it is showing this MTU, maximum transmit unit. By default it is 1500. Then the bandwidth, which is 100 Mbps because it is fast Ethernet. This is delay, 100 seconds default. Reliability. Now if you see any difference from this, like if you see here 10 and here you see 255, that means you are having low reliable interface. that means there is a problem here. That means your interface is continuously blinking, connecting, disconnecting, and that means it is not reliable. Then this is what the TX load and RX load. Now TX and RX means, TX means upload, RX means download, and both are okay. There is no load. Then as you can see that the line is up but the protocol is down, which is due to the framing or clocking or keeping keep alive problem or encapsulation mismatch. So you have to check for the clock rate as is set, keep alive matches on both the end, and the data encapsulation is same on both the ends. Now sometime you will see like this, that your serial port is up but the line protocol is down in your first line. So maybe that means what, physically your interface is up but the protocol level, that means in a protocol level your port is down. Maybe you're having a mismatch of protocols, mismatch of encapsulation protocol, mismatch of keep alive messages when it is saying keep alive to one another router. So if you have that kind of problem, then you will see like this, that your protocol is down. Otherwise both will say up up. Now if both parameters are down shown below, then like this, if both parameter it will show down down, that means that mean can be a problem of a cable or interface, which referred to as a physical layer problem. That means if both is down, now both is down, that means if your first is down, that means if physically it is down, that means it is down as protocol also, and that means what, you are having a cable problem, you are having a physical problem. And if you see administratively shut down, then router configure includes the shutdown interface configuration command, and that is what we are seeing here in this router. And it is saying what, administratively down. Administratively down, that means this is the default, this is default, that every port of the router is down and disable by default administratorily, that means from the administrators, from the configurations. So if you want to enable it, then you have to enable it to activate the port. So by default they are disabled. Now like this, administratively down, and line protocol is also down and disabled. Now to show the IP interface command will provide you with information regarding the status of the interface and the IP addresses and mask, information on whether an access list is set on the interface, and basic IP configuration IP information. That means when you use this show IP interface command, previously I used show interface command. Now it shows the information about the interface. Now when you use show IP interface, then it will show you the information regarding the IP on the interface. That means the show IP interface brief command provides a quick summary of the router's interface, the IP address and status of the line protocol. So you can use this show IP interface command to check the IP related information about on the interface, like which IP you have configured, whether you have configured the access list or not, what are the mask of the address and information whether the access list is or there or not, and basic IP information, and it will show you in detail. Now if you want to see it in brief, then you can add here brief also, and when you add the brief you will see the information like this. You will see the information like this. That means you will see the name of the interface, you will see the IP which you configured on the interface, it will show that whether the interface is okay or not. Then what is the method of the interface configuration? We have two methods, auto or manual. Auto means it will get the IP from DSCP, and manual, that means we will configure the IP. Then it will show you the status of the physical interface and the protocol interface. Now in our case we will see this like this. We will see this like unsigned because we have not configured any IP. We will see like it is okay, but we will see like unset, we have not configured, and administratively down because we have not configured any interface. Administratively down means the interface is in shutdown state. So to make it up and running, you can give a no shutdown command at that particular interface. So if I run show IP interface command, then it will show me the detailed information. Like it shows here that this is your interface and it is down, and internet protocol is also processing disabled. Now it is disabled because we have not configured anything. But if it is configured, then it will show you the detailed information. Now if you want to see the brief information, then you will give show IP interface brief. And here we are seeing that all our interfaces are unsigned, unassigned, unset, administratively down, and down. Now here you can see the port number. So these two interfaces was inbuilt. So you can see the number of the interface. What is the number? 0/0, then 0/1. Now this 0 is for the router and this 0 is for the port. So this is inbuilt, so it is 0/0 and 0/1. Now these two ports I added in our router. Now when I add this port here, now that means what? This is the slash, this one is for the slot. It is not for the router, it is for the slot. And then this is for the interface name number. That means in the slot 1 I added port 0. Then again in the slot 1 we have port 1. In the same slot we have these two ports. Then we added say 4 serial ports in 2 slots, and then these are numbered like this: 0/0, 0/1, 0/2, 0/3. These zeros are for the slot, and then these are for the port itself. But no ports are configured here. Now the next show command is to show the controller command. Show controller command display information about the type of serial cable plugged into a serial port. We plugged in DTE, that is data transmission equipment cable, that a type of data service unit, that is DSU. So when we use serial cable, the serial cable we use to connect the WAN connection. So when we connect to the WAN link, then what? The one end of the router, one end of the port, one end of the serial port will be DTE and the other end will be DCE. So if we want to check the information about that serial interface, DTE and DTC, or other interface information, then we use this show controller serial interface. Now this controller information always available on serial interface, not on fast Ethernet. Fast Ethernet port is on serial port. It is for the LAN port. This serial interface is for the WAN port. And when we connect it on the WAN, we will have one end as a DTE and the other end as a DCE, data communication equipment, and DTE is a data transmission equipment. And this DTE end is in our side. It is available in our side, and DCE will be available on the other side, on the ISP side. So if we want to see that information, then we can use this show controller command. Show controller and then serial interface, whether 0/0 or whether 0/1, and it will show you this information about the serial controller. Now as you can see, the serial 0/0 has DTE. Here you can see it is showing that DTE, that is data transmission equipment cable, and the serial 0/1 has DCE. You can see here it is DCE end, data communication equipment cable. So on a serial 0/1 you have to provide the clock rate command, as on serial 0/0 you don't have to provide the clock rate command, as it would get its clocking from the DSU. Now for understanding this, let me explain the design for our network. Now let's assume this is our design, like these are our PCs. These are our PCs and we have these PCs connected. Now I have multiple PCs, maybe example we are having the whole network of 500 or 600 machines, and this is our LAN network. This is our LAN. This is our LAN network. Now this LAN network will be connected to the switch. So all our machines in the LAN is connected through the switch and they are communicating to each other. Now we want to go to WAN connection. Now we want to go to WAN. Now this is our WAN. This is a WAN network provided by the ISP. This is a WAN network provided by the ISP. Now what happens when you want to access the WAN network? So you will go to ISP and you will ask for the WAN lease line from the WAN connection, lease line from the ISP. Now what they will do, they will give you the line. They will give you the line. Now this is your wall. This is the wall of your building. So they will put here, it is called demarcation point. It is called demarcation point. We can say demarc point. Now demarc point means what? The responsibility is dividing here. The responsibility of the service provider and the responsibility of the user. That means you are the administrator of this environment. So it is dividing the responsibility is from your network to the service provider, and we can assume it is the wall of your building. So it is the demarcation point. So outside the demarcation point, the responsibility of the network will be on ISP. So they will manage everything, whatever and how it is going to connect and how they will transfer the data from your destination. Now inside, the responsibility is on you. Now what they do here, they will give you what DSU CSU device. They have a DSU CSU device here. It is called DSU device. And in this device, if you see the router interface of serial, so it will be connected to this DSU device. Now the serial interface, if you see the serial interface physically, so this is the physical view of the serial interface, and you can see the serial interface here. It is 0 and 1 here, and it is not a RJ45 pin. If you can see, it is not an RJ45 pin. It's a different pin. It is actually V.25 35 pin or V.25 pin or 60 V.60 pins. You can see here the detail here of the port. Like if I click on this, I connected this port here. So it is the dual serial port WAN interface card, features Cisco new compact high density smart serial controller and this and that, and it supports this all communications. Now two cables are required to support to the two power port on the WAN interface card, and each port on which is different physical interface and can support different protocols such as PPP or frame relay, and data terminal equipment and data communication equipment, that is DCE and DTE. And this is on serial interface. Now this is not a RJ45 port. Now, so this is what a design like this. So if you have a WAN link, so you will connect it like this, and you will use one end always be a DTE, which is your end, and the other end will be DCE, which is on the DSU side, and that side will manage the clock rate. And if you connect your router with another router within your network, for example you have two different subnets, then the cable which you connect, that cable itself has a two end, one is DTE and other is DC. So DTE and you don't need clock rate, but in the DCE and you have to manage the clock rate, because now it is not connected to DSU, it is connected to your own network. In the IP addresses you assign the IP address on this Ethernet interface, the IP address of the local LAN network, so that the machines of this LAN can communicate to the interface, and through the interface they can communicate to the router. And on the serial interface, when we get the WAN link, we will get the public IP from ISP, so that we can go on the WAN network. Remember, if you don't have public IP, you cannot go to the WAN network. So the public IP will be given by the ISP to you with the lease line. And within the network you can use any IP which you want, and you can use a private IP here to connect these two routers through the serial port also. And remember, if you have a router, that means on the router's two different interfaces, you cannot use same network IP. That is not the job of router. Router's job is to connect two different network, not the same network. So if you try to use the same network IP on two different interfaces, router will refuse it. It will say like, why you are using me? Go and use switch. You don't need me. You need switch to connect different network, same network. That means if you are having this network, you want to connect it, use switch here and just connect them. Don't use router. Why you are wasting your money? So you cannot use same IP on two different interfaces or router. Now right now we are seeing only show commands, but we will see how we can configure the IP addresses and also. So this is what show controller command. Now when you don't have a cable connected, remember, if you not have a cable connected on the serial port, it will not show DTE or DCE, because it depends on cable. So if it is not connected, then it will show nothing there. It will simply say no cable connected. So if you connect the cable, then it is decided like it is DCE or DTE, unless it will not say anything. So you can see that in serial 0/0 it is showing DTE here. So here it is showing DTE in this port, and that means you don't have to manage the clock rate. But in this port, you see here that it is DCE, and also it is showing the clock rate because it is connected to DSU side. Now this clock rate is coming from the DSU, but if it is connected directly to the router, that means from one router's serial 0/0 to other router's serial 0/1, that means this will be DTE, so this will be definitely DCE. To check it in our router, if I check it in our router, we will see nothing, because it will say controller serial 0/0. Now it says here the information about the serial interface, but it is not showing DC or DT, because it is saying here no serial cable attached. So if you are not having a serial cable attached, so it will not show any information about it. It will not show that it is serial in it is DCE or DT. So you can see the whole output. You will not see any DCE or DT. So it is not showing anything that is it DCE or DT. It is simply saying what? No cable connected, because there is no cable connected there. But to check it DC and DT, and to check the control clock rate, we use this show controllers serial interface command. Now, administrative configuration of router. Now we will see how we can configure the router. So let's see, look at the administrative configuration of commands to configure the network device such as router and switches for administrating the network. Now the administrative functions that you can configure on a router and switch are as follows. Now first is what? Host name. Host name is also important to configure, like you should know that which router you are working on. So you will know that you're working on which router by the name. By default, all the routers will have the name of router. Then interface descriptions, like you can configure now the interfaces also. Interfaces, that means you will configure the interface IP address, interface other informations like clock rate and all that. Then also you can configure the passwords to secure your router, from unauthorized access. Now for example, we want to configure the name first, and I think we will configure the name. So host name means what? Assigned name can be useful as to where the device actually lives, will make finding it whole lot easier. Like suppose my device is on Mumbai office, so I will name it accordingly, like it is like Mumbai office or central office or branch office, so that if I want to find out my router, so it will be very easy for me to understand that where is the router and where this router is located. And it also helps you confirm that you are indeed configuring the right device. Now to assign an identity to your router, you can use the below command in global mode. So in the global configuration mode, for configuring the name, the command is host name, and then you will mention any name you want. And when you press enter, it will be showing here. So it will show there as a name. So by default, the router name is always router. So when you configure it, it will show the name which you have in a router. So for example, here the default name is router. Now I want to change it. So I will go to global configuration mode. Now we know how we can go to global configuration mode. We will give command configuration terminal. Now we can use the shortcut also. We can use configuration terminal, the whole command, or we can use the shortcut also like conf space T. Both will work. And now in the configuration mode, I will give the command host name, and then I will mention the name which I want. For example, this. Now when I press enter, you will see this name will change. And now it is saying what? The name which I configured. But remember, this changes is only in RAM. It is not saved. And when I restart my router now, it will go back to the default. Because if you can see, I will exit from here. Now if I say show startup configuration, it is saying there is no startup configuration. That means when I start my router, it will again go on to default and it will again go to the setup mode because there is no configuration. But when I see the running configuration, so it shows that the running configuration, the host name is this. So it is in running and it will not be in the startup configuration. So next time if I boot, it will not be available. Now the next, these other things like configuring the password and interface, we will see next time.